Hello and welcome back to Addicts Anonymous. Last time we left off, Saul healed a giant petrified tree and then promptly passed out on the ground. And then Blaine lost connection, and for all we know, he legitimately passed out on the ground too.
I did.
From yeah, see, it was epic last session. If y'all did miss that session and you would like to catch up, check out our YouTube channel. If you found this video, surely you can find that too. Dice Addicts Anonymous. And catch up. We are currently on episode 8. So that's pretty great. So now that we are picking back up, we're going to pick up where we left off with Saul passed out on the ground and the rest of the party huddled around him, wondering what just happened and what happened to Saul. All right, guys.
Saul? Saul. Saul, wake up, buddy. Come on, Saul. Keo, someone help, please.
Can I tell if he needs medical attention or if he's just exhausted?
You can roll to check.
Okay. That's a 12.
Um,
Oh wait, 12 plus medicine, hang on. So
Gotta add that
16.
bonus.
16.
15? Oh, 16.
16.
Okay. You can hear his breathing, so you think he's okay, but he's not very responsive.
Okay.
So you're not entirely sure what you would be able to do to help him at all.
Yeah, I don't know what I can do here, Station. I don't think he's hurt. I don't know. I think we should just get him back to the camp and maybe he'll wake up
I hope so.
in a little bit. Oh, I paused at an awkward time. No, he'll wake up. Just when is the question.
What do you think, Hazel?
He is
What do
just
we do?
awkward stumbling. But he will wake up.
Thanks, Doc. I'm sound real confident. I say we just let him lie down for as long as he needs. He really exerted himself.
So
you want to
last
get out of
time
these
I
Fey woods? Then
Yes.
Yeah. Last time I remember it was nighttime.
yeah.
When y'all finished. So, where would you guys like to go? It's a pretty long walk back to the gate. And you don't really have cover out there either, because it's just an open plain.
Well, last time we couldn't get into Kevlyn's house because the woods wouldn't let us. Would they let us now?
You don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can try. It's always let
Maybe.
me, so.
I guess it's worth a shot. I don't really want to walk back in the dark.
I mean, if not, we can just camp out next to the trees.
I guess
'Cause if we
someone should
walk
go
back
and try to go through. And if it works, then I'll take Saul's body with me.
Fine,
Kevlyn,
What?
you go like walk and then I'll try to follow you.
How about you hold my hand and we'll go through it together?
Okay.
We hold hands and walk through.
Okay. You guys walk through, and the vines kind of reach out, but they kind of like tap the edges of you here as you walk through, but they ultimately let you through.
Nice. Okay.
How close are they to us? Can we see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
The trees grow right up to the
Oh,
edge
okay.
of the road, but they don't go into the road, not even the roots.
Cool. Station's gonna throw Saul or lift Saul onto his shoulder and start bumbling over to the trees.
Right. You guys kind of walk through, and the branches do the same thing. But They kind of touch Saul's leg and then creep back.
Hmm.
I have to tell that to him when he wakes up, hopefully.
Probably.
All right, Hazor, what do? You just standing out there?
Yeah, just terrified. I'm gonna go through, you know.
All right. The vines kind of go through and touch Hazor and then start forming the wall again, but slowly.
I go and grab him and pull him in.
You try, but it's already kind of a net, and he just
Oh,
he just
stuck
kind of
in the vines.
brushes your hand off.
Is it maybe like a belief sort of thing? Like maybe
Yeah.
if you
You don't know.
Mm,
Hazel, or
Oh.
maybe you just have to like not hate the Fae for like 5 minutes.
Impossible.
Okay.
what if you walked out and then I walk out and then you walk in holding my hand?
We could try
'Cause that
that. Yeah.
seems to work with Kyo.
Yeah.
And Kyo has as much hate in her heart as I do, so.
Not okay. Wow.
Well,
Zoink, Scoob! That was totally brutal.
okay,
I'll
we
let
try
it slide because you're terrified.
that.
Okay.
try that.
So Kevlyn, you walk out and try to bring Hazor back in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you try to do that, but the vines kind of weave through your fingers and separate your hand and push him back out.
Oh, they don't like you. I don't know why.
I don't like them.
Well, maybe you should try and like them.
Why should I like some stupid vines?
Hazor, maybe you
Well-
should try healing a tree. Maybe then you'll be allowed to come through.
Keo, I have a question. Do you have your ears tucked in front or behind your hair?
I'm assuming I have like my hood on, so it would be
I see.
so you can't see my ears.
I just wanted to know.
Kyo doesn't hear the super secret words that are being spoken right now.
No, she can't hear anything.
I'm gonna walk up to the vine wall and just punch it as hard as I can.
All right. Roll.
He's gonna break his hand, dude.
Can I use my wrestling skill, perhaps?
Not really a
Wrestle?
strike. It's not really a
Wrestle
strike
tree.
based.
Okay, well I rolled
Wrestling's
13.
not really strike based. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you can wrestle vines.
I guess
You
I
can
could
try.
try to pry him open.
You can wrestle them up.
All right. You hit him and it's just thunk, very solid, and a vine comes to hit you but misses overhead.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Hazor, don't make the whole forest angry. We're in
Yeah,
here, dude.
Yeah, these are very powerful trees right here.
Hmm.
Magic trees.
It's no tree, it's nothing but a trick.
Then how come you hit a solid wall?
Well, I mean, it's a trick that is manifesting as a tree.
That
Trick or
doesn't make
treat.
sense.
Hazor, do we need to have a talk here?
Do we need to have an
Do,
don't
intervention?
need
do we
any
need to
force,
talk
do
about
we?
this?
I think we need an intervention.
Yeah.
Maybe I just stay out here for the night and you guys stay in there.
I don't think that's very
Hazor, respectfully, Hazor, I don't think that's a good idea.
Well,
What if something happens to you? How are we gonna know?
We
I'll
could
just
just stay.
scream.
Kevlyn suggested that we could just camp out here by the trees. I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, I mean, if you can't go through, it's not safe to split everyone up. Especially if it's only just one person.
Maybe Station stays out here with me. Keep
I
Saul
don't
on the
think-
side.
I don't think it's safe for two people.
Hazor, I don't know if you remember, but I have 8 hit points right now.
Right.
That's all I ever have.
He's just silently judging everyone with his.
Many hit points.
Many hit
I'm
points.
loading his character sheet right now.
Oh.
Yeah, his 26 hit points. Right now
That's
it's at
not that
18
bad.
though.
That's not that bad.
Man, that's still
Yeah.
10 more than me.
Yeah, but he regens, so
Oh yeah, why did I choose not to spec into that? So dumb.
Close to that. Anyways, let's just stay out here. Hazor, I don't want you here by yourself.
Right.
It's fine.
We'll be fine.
I'm gonna stay in the vines, but close to them. 'Cause
I'm
I am
going
afraid.
to be in the vines as well, but close to them because I need to watch over Saul.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right in
Is
the vines.
anyone keeping watch, or are y'all going to sleep?
I'm gonna try to stay awake.
I'll keep
All right.
watch.
For how long?
We're passed out.
How long are we trying to sleep for, guys?
Well, it's just about midnight. So
I'll keep watch for a few hours.
I fall asleep.
is anyone taking a shift after him, or
Wake me in the morning, brother.
Okay.
Normally I would,
Good.
but I can't. I'm first.
all right? In that case, how many hours are you watching? So like 2 or 3?
I'm gonna go for 3.
Okay. Roll me 3 d20 checks. The rest of you fall asleep.
Putting a lot on these new dice right now. 3 d20 checks. I got a 4 and an
Alright.
11 and a 2.
All right. The night passes peacefully.
Never-ending story, man.
Blissful ignorance.
All right. Do you wake Hazor when you're about to go to sleep?
Let me roll for that.
You don't have
Please
to roll
don't.
for that.
Less than a 10, and I forget to wake Hazor.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I rolled a 9. I fall asleep before remembering that he asked to be woken up.
You guys wake up in the morning, Hazor. You get woken up by sunlight in your face, and you realize Station forgot to wake you up last night.
I walk over to him and
He's
nudge him
in
in
the
the ribs.
vines.
with
I'm
my
in the
foot.
vines, buddy.
He's in the
Oh,
vines.
wait, you
can't
are.
get him.
He like tries to nudge him like the bunch of like grappling his head. Get off of that.
Forget about the vines. Just pissed off now.
It's like when your shirt catches on the door handle.
Yeah,
and then-
exactly.
It's like ah! Nice.
Station's snoozing now.
I'm also pretty asleep.
I think Kyo would probably wake up and check on Saul again.
Sweet.
Station's using Saul as a pillow currently.
Oh, what?
All right. Q, you walk through and you see Saul is still very much passed out from the night before. Station is also very much passed out on top of Saul.
Oh wait, I get to regen a hit point. Let's go.
Oh, Carl, question.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I regen
everyone
at
who's-
night
Yes,
by hours? So I'm like
by
full health,
hours,
basically.
correct. Almost, yeah. All right. The rest of you, yeah, if you're damaged, give yourself 1 hit point. Unless you have regen, in which case, do what Hazor's doing. All right. Sweet. Okay, so it is now morning. It's a sunny day, but you can't see that once you're under the canopy. But the trail is very well lit. The tree is somewhat alive again. There's flowers starting to grow on its trunk. Rather quickly, you know. Usually flowers don't grow overnight.
I put my hand on the tree again. See if I can hear anything.
You hear a faint whisper.
I kind of listen closer.
Are we supposed to be able to hear you right now, Carl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I kind of like think at it. Did Saul help you?
Saul.
Yeah, you like Saul?
No.
What did Saul do to you?
Trapped forever. Again. Bad. Want out.
Huh.
Keep talking. Very lonely. Wants to keep talking.
How long have you
Um,
been in here?
Just curious, does I only told Sation that the tree was evil, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Did Sation tell anyone else?
I
don't
don't think
know.
I had time.
I don't think he did.
You like turned around and went and made the tree twist into.
Azor,
This guy.
you overhear Kyo talking to the tree. You don't hear what the tree's saying, but you hear what she's saying.
Theo,
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
what are you doing?
The tree was talking to me.
I didn't hear anything.
Well, I heard it. I have my hand up and it's talking to me. You're interrupting.
Mm.
How rude.
I
It's
asked it how.
good. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Hazor starts walking over to like Kyo in the tree.
What is your
Kyo,
name?
Kyo, I'm gonna need you to roll a dice for that, please and
Okay.
thank you.
It's an 18.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Might not be good enough.
Tree rolls with a plus 18.
All right, Kyo. You kind of feel this cold chill go down your spine. And it goes, I am darkness.
I yank my hand away and like stumble back.
The tree kind of has rooted onto your hand, and so as you pull back, you get cuts as you kind of leave, and there's some blood streaming down your hand now.
But I do like it's gone, right? Like I am free of the tree.
You are free of the tree, but you're bleeding out of your hand.
Okay. I like go. You said there were some like reeds or something.
Oh, dude, this is a forest. You got so much stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna try and heal myself then,
All right.
or like stop the bleeding.
Although the reeds are by the river, which you are no longer by. So.
Oh wait, I don't need to roll like magic for this. I can just roll.
First aid, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. 15 plus 4 is 19.
You successfully wrap it.
Okay. Cool. Hazor.
Azor, you kind of witnessed this whole thing, and blood kind of streamed down. She goes, wraps up the bandages.
I guess the tree tried to mug you too.
It didn't try to mug me. What I think happened is Saul trapped this darkness inside the tree. And it needed me to keep talking because it was lonely.
Is Station able to overhear this through the vines? The vine barrier? Carl?
Did you wake up?
If I was awake, could I hear through the vines?
If you were awake, you could.
Station peers through small slitted eyes and yells, "Bingo!"
The rest of you are puzzled. You're not sure what bingo means.
It's a planar lore thing. You have to be there.
You would get it.
I think I don't know what bingo is. But yeah, I think that's right. I think something is trapped in that tree.
We should leave at once.
You just say
Yeah.
that because you don't like the forest.
Exactly.
No, Kevlyn, there's something bad in there.
I don't know. I
Don't
think it's
go near the
good.
tree.
I think it's good trying to trap evil.
Let's cut it down.
No,
I think that would free it.
Station says through the vines.
I ready
let's
my
not.
axe.
No.
Trees. I think the tree is keeping the evil. I don't think you should cut it down. I think that would be a very bad idea.
Maybe we could
I think we
take the
should just
evil
leave.
and push it somewhere else if we cut the tree down.
Well, where?
No, I think you would free the evil if you did that.
Station's now peeking through the vines in this conversation.
I'm out in the vines too, so.
All right. Well, you got a few options here now, don't you? You don't really have much of an option to go back the way you came, except to wander the plains and hope that you don't get lost. Because if you head back to
the plan was to go north originally.
Indeed, but there's no road heading north on this end of the valley, so you would have to head back to the city to get on the road north, which could prove problematic. So,
Okay.
but then again, you guys don't really have a map of the area either, so you're not really sure where to go. But you didn't see any roads heading north from anywhere near here, and the only road heading north you remember is back in Sterling.
What about heading like further west? Could we
That's
like
a
go
possibility.
around?
I mean,
could just,
this
like,
road
go
you're
out
on
around.
keeps going west, from what you
But
can
it
tell.
goes. But does it go through the forest, or can we go out?
That's a good question. Too bad you don't have the answer to it, though.
Okay.
That is a theory you would have to posit. Although you do have someone who's been staying in the forest for a little while that you could potentially ask, and she could roll for cough her knowledge.
Okay, Kevlyn, how far does this road go? Like, how far west does it go?
13.
It goes over the mountains, very far west.
The mountains, very far west.
You think it connects with other roads that lead to port cities on the coast?
I believe it leads to cities. Connected to
You don't have to repeat.
Girl, you can just say ditto. Or I say that.
Nah, you gotta repeat it. It's so much
But
more fun.
Station peeking through the vines. What does ditto mean?
Shit.
Carl said that, but okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Who
our
is
best.
Carl?
I think that's our best bet right now, just to keep going, and maybe see if we can go to a port city eventually.
Ruth, you do note that you have seen no travelers on this road, like ever.
I do have to point out that in my many weeks of being here, you're like the first people I've seen. Like, throughout this whole week. Throughout several weeks.
Interesting.
However, I am literally right next to you inside the forest. You do not have to look out.
Carl, I should note that Kyo's hood has fallen off and her elf ears are visible.
Okay. The forest one of the vines kind of reaches out and touches your ears, flicks them. And it waves at you. Kind of curls back.
See, the forest likes you.
Playing a
I'm
prank.
gonna do that to my ears. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, but we can't go back to Sterling. I don't really see where else we could go.
I say we find out the mystery of this forest.
I'm with the girl.
The girl? That's not my name.
What do you mean? We're not gonna chop down the tree.
No, I said find out the secret of the
We could
forest.
burn it.
Not chop. That is a no. I grew attached to this fort. You can't burn it.
How do you suppose
Forest.
we go?
Here, you notice the forest. You feel a little smothered after Hazor mentions to possibly burn the forest. You feel the air get a little thick and then go back to normal.
The forest didn't like that. How do you suppose we go about finding out?
Searching the forest, obviously. How else would we find it? I am still right next to you.
I'm not talking to you.
Well, I was the one talking.
Station
What station?
has a light bulb moment
Okay.
and says, perhaps we could. He's talking to Hazor here. Hazor, perhaps we could fit the tree into our bag of berries and
No.
keep
no
it there
more
for
bag
the
of
rest of
berries.
time. What do you think, Hazor?
I fit in there pretty good, and I'm large.
Okay,
We're
wait.
not
Maybe a
fitting.
whole tree will fit.
But check this
No.
out. Sation is going to walk up to Saul, who is currently still asleep or passed out, right?
Yes.
He's gonna shimmy the bag from
No.
his feet, up to his neck, so he can keep breathing, so that he can carry him easier.
So he's just a big. So he's a Saul-sized.
He's a head on top.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's gonna look
Like
like
a
you
bowling ball.
decapitated him.
So it's a normal-sized head on top of like a little.
Bad. Yeah.
Oh.
That is terrifying.
And then Sation walks through the vines to Keo and
Oh god.
Hazor.
No. Put it back. You're gonna traumatize the child.
Already traumatized.
No, absolutely not. Take him out, please. I cannot look at him like that.
We're gonna have to be traveling. We're gonna get tired carrying his body around.
Take me out gently, please.
Or you just wait until he wakes up.
Make a little hole.
I thought we were trying to
Where
get
is
out of
it?
here as soon as we could.
You literally just agreed to with me to find the secret.
I'm not talking to you, girl. I'm talking to Hazor and Keo.
Talking to you, girl.
Surely there's a prize for finding out the secret, though, right?
Oh, so
Maybe.
you're interested in finding out the secret of this forest.
Prize, huh?
Me. I mean,
Station lets go of the bag, but is holding Saul's head with both hands, so the bag just like falls off of his body.
The berries roll out. Keo just kind of like.
And then I just
up and eat it.
softly place him down on the ground.
Okay. Fine. I guess we figure out what's the deal with this forest first, and then maybe after that we head west.
All right. Well, Kevlyn, you will remember that most of the forest is west. I mean, this big tree is the only real monument in this part of the woods. So it's fairly uneventful, just a bunch of dense trees. Every now and then you find a little bit of water collected between the roots, and it looks kind of cool, but nothing really impressive.
Okay, I think we keep walking west then.
So you guys don't want to find a secret of this tree right here?
Well, we can do that and we'll keep walking west.
I thought we weren't moving until Saul wakes up.
Yeah, because then we're gonna have to carry his body.
We may as well just stay here for now.
I can just
stay.
wear him as a backpack.
I'm good with the backpack idea.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys trudge on west.
I guess.
All right. Probably like an hour, a little bit after an hour or so of walking, maybe 2 hours, you come to the edge of the trees, and there's a creek, or fairly, that's flowing through the land, and a wide spot of mud. Bridging across this mud is like this one-person wide wooden bridge that's poorly constructed. As you look around to the north, you see a large swampy area with faint blue lights kind of floating in the fog that collects over the swamp. Just to the south of you, you see a stone bridge, but it's fallen apart in the middle and uncrossable. This is obviously the replacement.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I might not be the right person to do this, but Station says, "Ah, I may have read about this once." And then, is there like a twig or like a stone on the ground or something I could pick up?
Yes, there are a couple pebbles.
All right, pick up the pebbles, and Station goes, "I've read about this before," and then tosses the pebbles into the mud to see if it's quicksand.
It just kind of hits the mud and slowly sinks.
Ah, don't fall in that mud.
Good
It
looking
seems
out,
like
Station.
just mud.
Can I roll spirit lore on the blue lights?
Sure.
Okay. Religion. That's a 13 plus 2 of 15.
You have no idea what they are.
Okay.
They seem spooky.
Undead lore?
If you have it, sure,
I
you can
do.
roll it.
I do have it. 12.
Also, have no clue what this is. Seems also very spooky.
Can I roll philosophy for this?
I mean, you can, but it would be very unrelated.
Why?
He just wants to get a philosophy roll in.
Always.
I'm gonna have to start not giving points for irrelevant rolls.
19.
You believe that this is very spooky, and that causes problems for your self-esteem because you don't like it when you're scared.
Guys, it looks spooky over there. Maybe we shouldn't go across the bridge.
I think we should.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I shouldn't.
I mean, unless you want to stay in the forest, then we gotta go over it.
As the resident spooky witch, I feel obligated to check out the spooky thing.
I
Saul,
don't
Saul's not here to protect us.
He'll be fine.
Who is your one protector in this whole group?
No.
And why?
He is
And
our
why-
mighty paladin, damage dealer.
He's our mighty drunk book man.
Please don't do this to me.
Stop, he's already dead!
Can I do detect magic on the blue orbs?
They're
whatever
too
they
far
are?
away.
Well, then can I get closer and then do detect
Yeah, I
magic?
think we're going.
Yes, you can. But note that they are not over the bridge. They are off to the north in the swamp.
Then I go to the swamp. I want to figure this out.
Okay.
Hazel, are you coming with us or?
Unnatural 20.
That's cool. You still have to go through the swamp, but I will remember that when you get there. All right.
I'll like begrudgingly be like, no, the bridge is this way, and then follow them out of spite.
All right, you guys kind of trudge through the swamp. It's very sludgy, but it's not that. You kind of sink like thigh deep in this muck. You just
Does
kind of
that mean I'm
sludge
waist deep?
through it. Yeah, you might even be a little bit above. Well, Hazor's probably at knee deep. You're probably at waist deep. So
Kevlyn, here, hop on my shoulders.
Okay, because I'm 4'6". Yeah, I'm tiny.
Station uses all the strength he has to lift her out of the mud that she's stuck in.
I'm so light.
all right, there's
Mud all over my
mud,
shoulders.
yeah, falling off her and now on your shoulders. As you guys kind of trudge through, after a little while, it sinks again, and all of you are up to chest deep. It's probably maybe 4.5 feet deep.
Sheesh.
Can I use my
Oh, well then
spyglass?
Kyo's probably up to her neck then. If it's 4 feet.
Likely.
Damn.
Carl, can I use my spyglass to see if I can get a better picture of them?
You guys have now been slugging for about an hour. You guys can still look back and see the bridge off in the distance. It's very difficult terrain to move in. Eventually you guys kind of get to the creek, and the creek, when you get to the creek, it's flowing on top of the mud, so it makes it a little easier to move through, but it's harder to move up current because of the water pushing against you. But you guys eventually get close enough that Kevlyn thinks she can see what this weird light is. She kind of reaches out and it just disappears. You guys kind of look around, and now there are lights back where the bridge was, and lights to the north and lights to the east and west, all around you, but not where you are.
Well,
Can everybody roll d20 for me, except for Saul, because there's no way that you could.
Saul's having a station episode right now.
Can I roll a d20 anyways for fun?
Yeah, sure, you can do it just for funsies.
That's a 2.
13.
See? All right.
I got a 1.
6.
Woo!
18.
All right. Hugh, you kind of are walking, you slip on something on your feet, but you like catch yourself.
We're not in the mud anymore.
No, you're still in the mud. It's just slightly
just have a
less
river.
difficult to move through.
Oh.
It's not difficult for me. I'm sitting.
Wait, I slipped on something?
You slipped on something. There was a smooth, large object beneath your feet.
I reached down towards my feet.
Okay, you kind of reach down. There's this edge, but it's like this large, hard object that's this edge, and kind of. Do you try to pull it up?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You start to pull, and it's really hard to get it up.
Station, Hazor, can you guys I show them where the edge is? Like,
We
can you help me?
we're both carrying people on our backs.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I throw Saul in the mud. He'll be fine.
Oh my.
Land
Saul just thunk, slowly begins to
my
sink.
head,
Station
somehow do a
picks
dive,
him
and
up.
My feet are the only thing sticking out of the
All
mud.
right. Hazor, you kind of reach down, you pull it up. Hazor helps Hugh pull this up, and it's the shield that gets pulled up, made out of wood and some form of really fine metal, but it's corroded terribly, and there's an arm still holding on to it, but it's now since rotted, and it's just skeleton bones.
No.
Is there anything on the shield that I can see, or is it covered in muck?
It's completely covered in muck. You kind of wipe it off, but all the colors are faded.
Interesting.
I don't like this.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a chance that this could get deeper. I don't know if I want to go through it. We might like try and go back through the bridge now.
All right. Another hour and a half passes, and you get back to the bridge. You guys are now thoroughly covered in so much mud, like disgusting amounts of mud. You feel mud in places you didn't know you had.
I just want to say Saul would be so happy right now if he just loves getting covered in muck.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Hey yo. All right, you guys kind of had to wipe some of the muck off of you, and you were back to where the bridge was.
Are the lights still by us?
No. The closer you get to the bridge, those lights disappear, and the lights behind you reappear.
Hmm.
So this bridge is broken, right?
No, the
It's
stone
just
one
like
is.
really.
No,
it's
the
just, like,
stone bridge
really-
is
Oh,
broken.
okay,
The
okay,
wooden
okay.
bridge is really rickety. It's like someone put like a wide plank on like these little pegs for you to walk on.
Huh. We'll send Saul first.
I think we should
Saul?
send Kevlyn first.
Yeah, send Kevlyn first.
Wait, why me?
Because you're the lightest.
Because you.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I'll go first.
All right, Kevlin, you kind of step on it. It creaks, but you find no problem. You kind of skip across, and you get to the other side to solid ground. Just kind of wave.
Seems to be
Okay.
fine. Seems to be fine with me.
All right, who's next?
One of us is gonna have to carry Saul, which will make us even
Yeah.
heavier.
Who has?
We'll
a really
put
big
him in the
bag?
dang bag.
Oh right. Oh, put us all in the bag. And then have Kyo go.
Let's not.
No.
Let's not.
No.
We're not gonna stick his head out. We just like make a little hole so he can breathe.
No.
That's.
We stick his head out.
No.
To be safe.
Okay.
All right.
I hold his head and like the bag, and like
Okay.
walk across the bridge.
All right, you walk across and you kind of walk. It creaks and bends as you walk.
Oh,
You get across to the other side.
Okay. I put Saul down and take him out of the bag, and I eat a couple berries. All right.
Heck yeah. Eat the berries.
Okay.
All right, Station, flip a coin. Who goes last?
Hazor, you go next. I want to go last.
All right. Hazor proudly marches across the bridge.
All right. Hazor, you step on the first beam and it's like really rickety. And then you step on the second plank and it just snaps. And you fall into the mud.
Shoot.
You are now maybe knee deep in muck.
That's not too bad. I guess I can try to like trudge my way along with the poles.
All right. Kind of trudge your way. Station, you follow after him.
No, I'm watching.
All right. You get through the creek. Kind of have to pull through as the creek pushes against you. You eventually get to the other side, covered from mid-thigh down in just gross mud.
I yell across at Station. It's not so bad.
Okay, so this is a wooden bridge, right?
Correct.
And so it has like support beams.
Yes. He broke the second plank, though. That is the walkway.
Just one plank?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Station...
Well, he broke the first. It's only one plank wide.
Oh!
So he broke it, and so now there's just a gap between the first and third planks.
Station looks at this and is very excited. I'm gonna roll for running here. I'm gonna try to jump the gap.
Okay.
Where's my
Roll.
D20? Where'd my D20 go? Oh, there it is. In 9.
All right, you run. Yeah. And you like hit your chest on the plank. You go, oh.
Buddy, you okay?
I'm fine.
You
Okay.
guys just saw Station run and just floor himself
I'm getting my other
on
dice
this
back
plank.
out. Fuck this. I'm gonna use the support beams to help me through the mud, like Hazor
Right.
did.
You kind of trudge through with some difficulty, but eventually you get to the other side.
I pulled out this other die and I roll a D20 first try.
All right. Now you guys are all reunited, still very gross, and you all smell horribly. Except for Saul. But Saul smelled horribly anyway, so, I mean.
Fair enough.
Characteristic. Everyone knew I was
All
coming.
right. he has to warn him. It's how he gives him a fair chance.
Yeah, my enemies will be feared, and they will be afraid of the stench of Saul.
All right. Do you guys? The path keeps going after.
Yeah, we could.
All right. About half an hour of travel passes, and you reach a second clearing. To the north, you see the swamp that you exited still, because it stretches across the north, with some sparse trees in the swamp. But in front of you lies this misty but somewhat pristine-looking lake, and then the path splits, one going slightly to the right, and one veering sharply to the left and towards the south along the edge of the lake. You kind of see the roads going along the edge of the lake. One on the north end, and one on the east and bending towards the south end.
Mm.
Station's out of breath. He's gonna opt out of this decision and just.
You all are quite tired. It is probably, let me think. Sun rose at like 8 a.m. that day. Y'all have been out for like 4 hours, so it's like noon right now. Probably have another 4 hours of daylight.
Mm. Can I see like what's down either path, like just by looking?
Not very far.
Okay. Oh, because it's misty. Damn.
Even if you could, it's a fairly decent sized lake, so.
Someone should see what the fishing's like here.
Saul, was that you? Saul?
Just hear some mumbling about fish.
Station hears the word fish and is instantly pulled into salmon hunting mode.
All right. What does that entail?
I have no idea.
There wouldn't be salmon in a lake.
But there are fish.
Yeah, maybe a sturgeon.
Maybe a
Ready for
Pike?
sturgeon saltwater.
Crappie.
a pike, maybe.
Do you have a like a fishing rod?
I have
Oh, bear
a
needs
bear
hands.
a bear snout.
He has his bare hands.
He only needs the bare necessities, Keo.
I'm sorry, we have to do it once an episode.
Sponsored to you by a werebear.
Okay.
We could rest here a while. And just
Yeah, I guess that's the best option. I'm probably gonna like change into a spare tunic or whatever. Like wash my cloak out.
I'm
Alright.
listening. Forgive me. I hear like gunshots or fireworks outside my window. I need to see what's going on.
Understandable.
Hopefully fireworks.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, where's the Gabadoo?
what, have you been watching Sopranos recently or something?
No, it just came to mind. I'm not that cool. All right, so Kia's washing her cloak in the lake. What is everyone else doing?
I'm
I
gonna
passed
go
out.
take a dip in the lake and wash my entire body of mud.
This man is smart.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm also cleaning my.
Yeah, I think we're just getting the mud off.
All right.
I hate mud.
But we
You
don't.
kinda
We don't clean Saul.
All right, you guys kind of start
That's how I would have wanted it.
washing off, and everyone roll a d20, including you. So
Oh. All right.
Is it 10?
9. I don't know why I didn't roll the other one.
12.
20.
all right. Kevlyn, Hazor, as you guys are washing, at some point, both of you guys step on something, and you just hear crack. Kind of feels weird. The bottom of this lake seems to be lined by rock.
Hmm.
Did I even have to roll?
Like
if
a
I
whole
was
bunch of
in the lake?
of rocks.
Like,
No, Saul, I was saying a different kind of roll for you.
oh, I rolled a 12.
Saul, you wake up.
Ooh, nice.
Except you're still in the bag, and the rest of your body is
we let
missing. Your head is
We
just
let him
there.
out. We let him out of the bag. We let him out of the bag.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, I let him out.
Well, Saul, you wake up and look around, and all the people are washing themselves in the lake.
You're just covered in
Um,
dried up mud.
Oh man, it smells so good here.
Wait, Saul's still covered in mud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is it dry or is it still like moist?
it's like caked on now.
it's dry.
Never mind.
I got armor.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Arbor.
I was
AC +1.
I was gonna try to paste the clothes I tore off your body back on with the mud.
Oh, you might be able to
Papier-mâché.
wet the mud and do that. I don't know if you.
All right.
Hey guys.
Oh,
Saul.
hey, you're awake.
Saul.
Hey. Do I feel bad at all? Like,
Nah, you feel just fine.
feel great.
Fine and dandy.
What happened?
We moved.
That's a great question. What happened to you?
Do I remember? To my knowledge, do I remember what happened?
You do remember, and then you remember passing out.
Cool. Why don't we all come together? That way I'm not yelling at everyone.
Yeah, I throw my cloak on a like tree branch to dry, and then I like go over and join him.
All right. Sweet. Are the rest of you still in the lake, or are you gonna leave?
Sation's swimming as fast as he possibly can to get to Saul.
All right. Sweet. Hey, Ruth.
Yes.
What's your favorite color between these three? Red, green, or blue? It's not that hard of a question, dude. Just pick a color.
No. I'm determining if I like red or blue more.
Man, rock, paper, scissors.
No.
with
Blue.
herself.
With yourself.
I'm gonna
Cool.
go.
It's blue. All
I
right.
was gonna go red, but
Red was wrong,
okay.
so
No, you
I'm
weren't. You're
glad
just
that we
saying that
went
because
blue.
we
Blue
No,
is
I
much more
was.
neutral.
before you did.
You want to know my description? I was gonna go red because I'm wearing red eyeshadow.
Mm,
Still
I
the
see.
wrong answer.
All right, Hazor, red or green?
Green.
Cool. Seishin, you slip on something smooth on the bottom and you get into the water and get back up, swimming back to Saul.
I slipped on something. I'm not gonna check what happened.
You're muted,
You're
Brett.
muted.
What?
How long have I been muted for?
Like 30
Probably
minutes.
like
I kept telling Ruth wrong answer when she didn't choose blue. That's all that really happened.
Mm.
I'm gonna slip on something and not try
Yeah.
to check what it is.
I mean, unless you want to check what it is.
What if it's another
Are you
cool
that
shield with a skeleton hand attached to it?
but I just woke up, dude. Come to me.
Seishin's very curious. He's gonna check what he slipped on.
All right. You kind of reach down and there's like this smooth rock you seem to have slipped on down there. You can't really see the bottom of the lake, but you feel it.
Okay, now Seishin's gonna paddle toward Saul some more,
All right.
like an excited puppy
Sweet.
in a pool.
All right. Hazor, are you leaving the lake or are you still washing?
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna leave.
All right. You walk out. No problem. Kevlyn, do you keep washing or do you get out?
I'm gonna keep washing myself.
All
'Cause I
right.
feel disgusting.
Okay. You hear another crack under your feet, Kevlyn.
I feel like I'm about to die, but
Only Kevlin hears it.
well, cause it's
Well, she's the only one within proximity.
Cause
Sheesh.
it's
You're gonna
right
die.
under my feet.
You're gonna die, homie.
I am. I'm kind of curious and want to know what it is, though. So.
So everyone except for Kevlyn
Everyone but Kevlyn has reunited now with Saul.
All right. Hey guys, what did I miss?
Saul, are you okay?
I feel great. I do a little jig, like maybe a river dance.
Saul, when did you learn how to?
I mean, it wasn't a good river dance.
Saul, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I think
Don't worry about that
if we note the time on the recording, just like when that is, because if we ever need to make a compilation of top moments,
Yeah.
that's making the cut.
1 hour
Wasn't
and
a good
7
river
minutes.
dance.
An hour 7 minutes in this one.
Astounding.
You meant the other thing that I did, where I channeled holy power through my fingertips. I see. I don't know. Like I said, I have people talk to me sometimes. That tree. I don't know if you guys found out. I told Station it was evil, but I'm pretty sure it's all fine and dandy now. Like it should
Yeah.
be settled.
I talked to it too. It called itself the Darkness.
Yeah, don't mess with it.
No, I was not planning to.
We are long gone from that tree, so we are quite far away now.
Okay.
We tell him like what happened up until he woke up.
Sweet, you're completely updated now, Saul.
Saul, I'm sorry
So,
for putting you in the bag. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's fine. I got covered in mud, so it kind of balances out. But I really think all of us needs to start like praying more because it's been working pretty well for me.
Saul,
And I just want to help you guys out.
Respectfully, Saul.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to read what's in that book. I
Oh.
don't know how to do what you're telling us to do.
No. It's. I didn't. Don't worry about reading what's in the book. You just gotta pray. You just gotta.
How do you do that?
I show them how to pray. It's like you just take hands with one another, and I take hands with Sation, and then who else would
You
be
have
part
never held our hands before. What are you doing?
Station blushes.
So let's all hold hands. This is what I'm gonna go with right now. Is Hazor here? Yeah, Hazor's here. Everyone except Kevlyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Kevlin's
I just
still
look over.
cleaning all of her stuff. She's like cleaning instruments you didn't know existed in the lake, covered
I
in
just
mud.
put it.
What are you
I put a glance.
I'm muttering to myself.
And then I'm like, all right, yeah. Then you kind of say something like this, and then let's see, kind of just set myself up for this.
Go ahead, say grace.
Basically, like the one, help us in our adventure, help guide us, and help us to get safely through trials and tribulations. Just something like that. Let the grace of the one take over you.
Like this? The one. Thank you for giving Saul back. Like that? Does that count?
Kind of. Yeah, we'll work on it. But yeah, it's like a good step in the right direction. I like that.
Okay.
I'd say it counts. And I pat him on the back.
Station blushes again.
So we're just trying to get out of this
All of you
forest.
feel really good after that session. Like +2 to your armor class for the rest of the day. Good.
Oh.
Ooh.
Except Kevlyn. Sorry.
Except for Kevlyn.
Does that,
Sorry.
Carl, does that go on the right half of the armor class?
It goes with the bigger number. Just like put
They're
in
the same.
parentheses +2.
They're the
Well,
same
then
number.
Oh, well, the right should be the larger number
Okay.
if you have different numbers.
Gotcha.
But just put in parentheses +2. But at the end of this day, then it's gonna. I'll tell you when it's up. So.
Wow, Saul, I feel better.
That's what's up.
Up?
Now let's get
Station looks at the sky.
kind of.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
All right.
Once Kevlin's done.
Yeah, Kevlyn. Whenever you finish and start walking out of the lake, you like trip on a stick. And you like spill your. Let me see.
My what? I don't have a
Spill your guts all over the ground.
gut.
Gosh.
You drop a
dead.
vial of ink into the
My
water.
ink. No, I have to find that. I only have 10. I need it. It's a must.
I only have 10 ink vials.
I only have 10 ink vials.
Well, technically 9 because you used one of them to take notes. Last
well, now
session.
I only have 8 because I dropped.
No.
All right. You start scrambling around, and you eventually find something that feels like the ink bottle, and it's like shaped roughly the same, and you pull it up, and it's like a kneecap. Tosses it back in the water.
We see that. Do we see her pull up a kneecap?
You just see her fall, bring something up to and drop it back in the water, but you don't know what the heck it was.
Kevlyn, you okay?
No, I just picked up a kneecap.
Oh, a kneecap?
Yeah, a kneecap. I was
You might
looking
need to
for
explain to them what that is, Ruth.
We know what kneecaps are.
I don't.
Not all of you. The
Oh.
only people here with any medical knowledge would know what that is.
I think
Actually,
Hazor's broken a few of those.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
I
you wouldn't know what they look like. You just know
wouldn't
how
know.
it looks like from the outside after you break it.
Yeah.
You know that thing that like kind of guards your knee?
What's a knee?
Boots.
Plate armor.
No. It's like your bone that's like right next to that's in your knee, like in your body.
Why don't you
Station
get out of the
sits
water and tell
down
us?
and starts like playing with his leg.
I got you know the part where your leg bends? It's like right on top of that. That's the kneecap. I just picked one up.
The floating part?
Yes?
The part that moves?
Yes?
Wow, freaky.
Isn't that crazy?
Kinky skein.
Just picked one up. It was not in a human body. It was on the floor. And now I lost
I
my
think something really bad happened here, like some sort of battle or something.
Ruth,
Something
you tend to
happened.
notice that the kneecap was abnormally small.
It was a baby kneecap.
You found
Like,
a
it was-
baby's kneecap?
Well, it was tiny.
Is the rest of the baby in there?
I don't know. I can look, but it's very disgusting.
No.
but I can
Let's
look.
just get out of the water.
No, but I
Yeah.
need my ink. I need
No,
my
you
ink.
you're fine.
You have plenty of ink.
No, are you gonna buy me?
Is there not
my
like a
ink better?
black puddle of ink starting to permeate through the water at
Well,
this point?
It is
No.
capped, so
Oh, okay.
I'll get you a new ink whenever we get to the next town.
Okay. Guess I'm
It's
down to
fine.
8
I
ink.
whisper over to her. I'm not. I don't think I can afford that. I'm not gonna lie.
I still
I'm
look for
sorry.
the ink.
all right. Kevlyn, you kind of search around and you find your ink and you're like, but you kind of find it on top of this round rock that you kind of search around and you grabbed it, but there was holes in the rock.
Oh my god. Can I pick up the rock?
Yes.
Bowling ball.
Oh.
What
You
is
you
it?
pick it up and it's the skull without a lower jaw about that big.
Is it of a baby?
Is it human?
How big
You
is
have
it?
no idea. Oh, it's quite small. Probably a little smaller than your head.
I just found the skull.
Toss it here.
I don't think that's a good idea. Look how tiny it is.
Toss it here.
No, I don't think that. I'll just bring it with me.
Can I roll to see if it's like a human skull or if it's like an elf skull?
Do you
or
have
something?
any anatomy
Yeah.
on that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Why
I
don't
just
I
want
just bring it over?
I have
then
a
you
plus
get a
4.
better
Yeah,
roll.
my skills include anatomy.
+4.
Oh, good. Okay. Roll.
Please.
Okay, that's a it's a 16.
You feel it's a little small to be human. Like it could be a human child-sized skull, but like it's also like a little bit more narrow
Like a dwarf.
than most humans.
Does
No,
it look
like humans have like this shaped head. It's just a little bit. You feel it's a little bit just smaller on the cheekbones, less of a distinguished forehead.
So I know it's not.
And there's
but I don't
there's
know what
like
it is.
a little bit of a bone sticking out. And you kind of touch it and touch your ear. And it feels the same.
These are elves. These are elves. These are elf bones.
Oh.
While they're over there where I was standing, there was a kneecap, and I'm assuming over there
Note
is
the kneecap would be too small to fit this skull.
the kneecap is
Oh.
apparently too tiny for this skull. So
Did she throw away the kneecap?
yes,
Did you throw?
Out of-
Oh, damn.
out of
She
disgust,
was
I
like,
did.
"Ugh."
Okay.
And throw it away. Yes.
Hazer was
Yeah.
gonna go walk out like in the knee deep water and just reach around underneath and try to like see what's down there.
Azor, you kind of like feel a lot of smooth rocks down there.
I'm just gonna grab one and pull it up.
And pull one up, it's another scroll, maybe a little smaller than the previous one.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Pull another one up. Just start. Is
Yeah, I'm
there
just gonna
a
keep
bunch of
keep reaching
scrolls?
down and like picking one up and
You
seeing
keep
like what it
pulling.
is.
You keep pulling them up one after another, after another, after another.
Dude, this is like
There's
that
just
scene.
more.
It's like the scene in the first SpongeBob movie, where they're in like a valley of bones.
There's this it seems this entire lake, the entire bed of it is made up of these bones.
I just look back at the
I'm
party, just
so
kind of
sorry.
like,
Here's your revenge of the Fae. They're dead now.
Station.
The-
I wonder.
Do what? What did?
Here's his revenge of the Fae. Look, they're all dead.
Station
I
feels a little
never knew that.
spooked, and is like looking around, hoping that there's no one. Can I like roll to see if there's anyone watching us or anything?
You have advantage
Sure.
on perception checks.
I do.
You do.
Oh, he has
Because of my-
magic now.
Because of my prayer.
If I roll dog with this die, I'm using the other one for my second roll. 19.
You do not perceive anyone watching you, young Master Station.
Cool.
Now here's
So
a
it's
real question.
obvious.
Where did
Go
I
ahead.
put this map? I'm awfully silly. Oh, there it is. It's on my wall. I'm silly. Sorry, continue.
On your wall.
a little silly. A little silly
I'm
Saturday.
sorry. A little silly Saturday.
It's
You
actually
know,
Funky Monkey
Valley
Friday.
of Bones, forgetting maps, you know.
It's Friday, but
Funky Monkey
Shut up,
Friday.
Kevlyn. I'm the one dishing out experience here, Kevlyn.
Does anyone have any like history?
I
or
could
anything?
have, but no, I do not.
Ooh, I do have +1 to history. Probably
What
wouldn't-
kind of history?
It's just history. We haven't decided it yet, I don't think. Probably not
knows
this history,
all.
though.
He knows everything. He's all knowing.
Can I like look? Can I see if there are any like similar like holes in the skulls or anything that would indicate like how they died?
Nope.
No indication.
Except for the missing jaw, and every now and then Hazor steps on one and crushes it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get out of the lake now.
You can tell no discernible reason why they may have perished. They seem in perfectly fine condition otherwise, except for the wear and tear of weathering has made them very smooth.
Keo, as crazy as
And
it
very
sounds,
thin, actually. They seem to have been here for a long time.
What so?
as crazy as it sounds, why not ask the forest?
is the
Hmm.
forest still here?
Yeah,
we were in a
it's here.
There's a couple trees on the edge of this lake. Yeah.
Okay. I walk up to one of the trees and put my hand on it and say, what happened here? What happened to my people?
A branch kind of leans down and points down the southern road. Kind of gestures.
I think we have to go this way.
Okay.
Okay.
In times like this, where you can talk to trees, I'll say Kyo's the leader, so I'm following her.
You also talked to. Oh no, you talked to something in the tree.
I talked to something in the tree, yeah,
Fair
which
enough.
could be the same thing as what you're doing, but the
Okay,
branches
I
move.
I lead them down towards the south.
All right. You guys walk for probably an hour along the southern edge of this lake. It's a fairly large lake. And presumably you would think there's still more bones to be found. You kind of creep towards the edge of the lake. The forest picks up again, but the path continues through, completely unhindered by roots or branches of any kind, almost as if it's been kept by some invisible force that has been here all this time. So you walk through the woods, probably another half hour or so. You come to a second clearing of fields with stone fences lining the pathway. There's crumbled houses on either side. You walk another, perhaps half hour. And to the north, you see this large stone ruined structure on this very daunting hill. Towers that have crumbled, and gatehouse facing towards the south. And as you look towards where the gatehouse peers, there's a city, a walled city, although the walls have now been since quite dilapidated, that is built upon the shores of the creek that is running to the south of you, that has its origins in the mountains. There's a waterfall in the back, near the opposite edge of the town. It's a fairly large town, but it's very quiet. There's nothing here. Nothing but the sound of wind and exposure.
So there's no trees around me. Like in the town.
No trees.
Did we go
There
into the
might
town? Just curious.
There's a couple trees that have since died in the town.
We are in the town now.
Well, you're at the gates of the town.
Okay.
So so where's the? You said there was like a castle, not a castle, or like one like structure by the shore.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not in the town.
The large fortified structures on a large hill to the northeast of the town.
That's
You
like
passed
a
it.
watchtower or something.
Maybe.
It's a little bigger than a watchtower.
I mean,
are any of the
yeah,
buildings like fully standing? Or are they all kind of dilapidated?
Most of them are dilapidated. However, there is a tower that seems to be standing in towards the middle of town. It sticks out from the rest of them. There seems to be a large structure attached to it. But it all seems pretty dilapidated.
when you say dilapidated, do you mean like
It
just
has
abandoned?
not very abandoned. It hasn't been maintained.
Okay, but not like ruins.
Well, I mean, some of them are ruins.
Okay.
Not all of them, but I mean, a lot of them didn't survive, but like walls are caved in or windows are bashed or the doors have fallen off their hinges.
Can I use a
Dirt.
perception check to look for any signs of people living here? Like
Go right ahead.
living here now kind of thing?
Yeah.
With advantage. That's an 8.
All right. You are completely unsure
You
if
know,
anyone
Gio,
has lived here for a very long time.
looks like no one's here.
I want to go to the tower.
Theo, are you sure you you should be here?
I mean, where else am I gonna go?
It just seems like this might be a bit traumatic.
Well,
Not only that, but also something happened to your people, and uh, if that something is still here, that could be dangerous. But um, I'm all for investigating this tower, actually.
I want to see where this ends.
Very well.
All right. So you guys walk through the town. Everything's very dilapidated. It's not maintained. It's abandoned. Every now and then you kind of peer into doors and you see a long since dead corpse. No clothes even on it, just bones. It's been so long that the clothes themselves have tattered and been worn away.
Can we investigate the remains to see if it's elven
Yeah.
bodies?
They are indeed. They all share the same scroll features. And
this
they're
isn't.
when you find jawbones, they're more pointed at the chin. And so you guys walk through, and every now and then you see a skeleton, same features, although no sign of what happened to them. Some of them you might see some weird adverse injuries. And then as you all slowly get closer and closer to the middle of town, near where you think the city square was, you guys come upon this massive pile of bones in the center of city square, just scattered all around. But these bones are different. You can tell what happened. They've clearly been damaged by weapons of some kind. But the only weapons you find around look all the same make, same design features, same writing on the hilts, same arrows. There is only one kind of weapons here.
And only one kind of corpse.
Only one kind of corpse.
Sounds like a very one-sided battle.
Sounds like a slaughter.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Perhaps
they
there
were
was only
fighting
one.
amongst themselves.
Yeah, maybe there was a civil war of some kind.
No, because then some still would have survived.
Maybe
Something like
not.
that. No, because there had to be a victor.
Or maybe they were fighting something that wasn't humanoid.
Can I tell, like, you know how you can like match the weapons to the wounds? Can I tell if these weapons were made the wounds on the remains?
Well, some of them are fairly obvious because there's like arrows stuck in eye sockets and stuff like that. But some of them, I mean, you can't tell with a sword because it usually affects the flesh and less the bones. I mean, a broken bone's going to look like a broken bone regardless of what hit it. At the center of town, like around this courtyard to one side, you see the very large octagonal building with a large dome, and on one side, the very tall tower facing towards. I'm sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you're fine.
My bad. Okay, yeah, so there's a large octagonal building with a dome that has since caved in. And there's a tower facing towards the central courtyard, which you stand now. That was the tall tower you saw at the entrance. It has what appears to perhaps be a bell tower at the top.
And it's fine.
It has not fallen. It looks in terrible shape. There's pieces of wall missing, but it hasn't fallen yet. but you do notice that you see like an arm of a skeleton with bow still in hand, reaching over the side, and arrows kind of pelted into the side of the building.
The ceiling's caved in, is that what you said on the octagonal?
On the octagonal building, directly
Okay.
adjacent and connected to the tower.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna sift through the rubble of the octagonal building and just look for anything that could be useful.
Alright. What is everybody else gonna do?
I'm gonna search the town.
Like where in the town? It's a big town.
The house is close to the center.
Okay.
Because that
Right.
seems to be where most of the fighting happened.
Alright. Where do the rest of you go?
I think I'm gonna go into the tower.
Yeah, stay
Okay.
close with everyone.
Alright.
I'll just go
And
dig around with Saul.
Okay. Station?
Station staying in the city square where all the bones and weapons and stuff were.
Alright. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to start with Saul and Hazor. You guys kind of find your way into like this large crack in the building, kind of seep over. It's very dark in here, but there's a beam of light shining down from the dome. From there you can kind of see it's like this hallway that you walk into. And after you step out, it's like a veranda that looks down, and there's several levels to this building that go below the surface. It's probably about 2 stories high from the ground up, but 3 stories down. And there's a circular center area that just kind of dips from the dome down to the bottom level, and lights kind of shining through. At the bottom is this rock with this curved sword blade kind of sticking out of it, but it doesn't have a handle, which you find odd. But the light is kind of shining on it. And all around you kind of look, and just rows and rows and rows of various items and scrolls. 5 stories tall, octagonal. Seems to be some sort of record hall or gathering place of the knowledge of this city.
I turned to Hazer. I'm like, we're looking at like the culmination of decades, centuries, maybe even, of history that these people curated. This is amazing, and we need to tell Kyo about it before investigating any further.
Very well.
She deserves to know more than anyone else.
All right. You kind of sneak into the bell tower and start climbing up. There's sections of stairs that are missing, but you still find your way up with some great difficulty. You get to the top of the bell tower, and it's a very strange bell. It's kind of got 3 different plates that are kind of held in suspension, and this weird floating metal ball in the middle that's not connected to anything, just floating midair.
Anything else like up in the tower in the room?
Except for the dead corpse that you saw from the ground. He's sitting there. He's in armor. Very nice armor, you might add, that hasn't been weathered at all. Except for, save the breastplate that he's wearing, but the chain underneath has actually weathered the conditions quite nicely.
Does he appear to be wounded? Like, did he like take any?
He took an arrow, you would assume, to the throat, because there's one lodged in his spine.
But it's just him and the bell.
Just him and the bell.
I go up and I want to like examine the bell a little bit further. Is there, so it's just like the metal ball is just floating right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to remember if I have detect magic. I don't. Could I guess roll occultism?
You could. Yeah.
Or would magic affinity be better?
Magic affinity would be better.
Okay. That's a 15 plus 3.
Okay. You kind of look at it and you feel this is likely a magic bell because of the floating ball in the middle, but you're not exactly sure how one would make it, or even how one or why someone would design such a thing. It doesn't seem to have a way to ring the bell, and you kind of touch the edge, and then the ball just darts and hits one of the panels and bounces and hits the other, and then goes back to center. You hear dong, dong, dong. And the rest of you hear this throughout the town square. Very loud and clear. Kind of this ringing sensation. Station, you kind of look up and you see Kyo, who is kind of shocked that after she touched just one edge of the bell, it has run so loudly.
Can I roll perception to see if anything changes in the town?
You can.
And I have advantage still, right? On this?
Correct.
God. Nat 20.
All right.
Ooh,
You
good
notice
job.
nothing has changed, except perhaps your nerves.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm gonna like climb down the tower.
When you climb down the tower, you run into Hazor and Saul, who quickly inform you of the octagonal building and its potential contents.
Okay, I go to like check it out.
All right. I'm going to cut to Kevlyn here. Kevlyn, you kind of search through some of the houses, and you find that none of these houses have small bones. All of them are adults.
There's no children?
You have not found a single child skeleton since entering this town.
That's weird. Also, while I'm walking around, I'm constantly doing detect magic.
You feel this strange, deep, ancient magic that seems to just be seeping through the rocks. But it's always on the side of the octagonal building.
Can I go take a closer look at that then?
Okay. So you enter the octagonal building too. Station, do you remain in the courtyard or do you join your party?
Station had his own plans, actually.
Understandable. What is Station's plans? So I know how to play this.
So there were piles of bones
Correct.
in the town square.
Yeah, you estimate maybe 1,000 skeletons in this town square.
Station walks to the center of the square and picks up a skull.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at it. He ponders. And he looks at the group kind of converging on the octagonal building without him. And he looks back at the skull, takes a deep breath, and slips on the dimensional ring.
All right. When you put on the dimensional ring, you kind of get enveloped into this deep purple place. As you look around, the bones are not there, but you still see them as if they're in a far, far off dream. The town is painted almost this bleak white, all the buildings. And as you look around, you feel very cold wherever you are. You look to the north, and there seems to be a cloud that hangs over the fortress.
The
fortress to the north.
the tall tower.
Mm-hmm. Not the tall tower attached to the octagonal
Okay.
one, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one on the hill.
Right.
And there seems to be an even larger cloud behind it, emanating from God knows where. But then you feel yourself starting to drift, and you're not really sure where you're going, and everything's starting to get darker and darker purple. The buildings start to grow more and more faint.
Do I still have that skull in my hand? I mean, I was still holding it.
Correct. You're holding it, and that skull is bleak white.
Like, it's different from when I had it before. It looks different.
Indeed. It's like so white, it's almost like blinding.
Before taking the ring off, Sation looks at the skull and yells, "What happened to you?" Like, out of anger. Like, he just wants to understand.
There is no response.
Okay, Station flips off the ring before he gets in.
All right, Sation, you appear on the other side of the courtyard when you take it off from where you started.
I can still see the group, or did
Correct.
they go inside already or something?
Well, you don't see the group, but you see the building they went into.
Okay, Station will start walking towards it.
The rest of you kind of, once you enter the octagonal building in the center of town, you kind of look around, and huge. It's probably the largest library any of you have seen, save maybe Kevlyn. Kevlyn, you might have seen something close to this size, but definitely not bigger. This is one of the biggest libraries you've been in, Kevlyn, and you've seen some pretty big places.
So we're walking downstairs, like into the more secured areas. Could I try
correct.
and could I try and read the texts, or probably?
Sure.
Probably not.
What languages do you have, Saul?
I have Moorish and the Common Tongue.
You find yourself completely unable to read any of these.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any Orcish in there? Perchance?
Roll. We'll see if you find it, and I'll roll to see if it exists.
Would that be
15.
A perception roll?
Perception? Oh, hang on.
Would that be?
It would be.
Oh, okay.
Advantage?
Oh, yeah, 15.
Oh.
All right. You look around, and you kind of poke through, and there is indeed a small scrap of paper about the size of an index card that has some Orcish on it. You recognize it actually almost immediately, Hazor. It is the ending lines to an impasse written by the philosopher Orcus, which you orcs base almost all of your philosophy on. He's like the Sigmund Freud of orc philosophy. You recognize it very well by the end note that's written. It finishes, "For if someone is not strong enough to carry himself, he's not strong enough to carry anything at all." And that's where it ends. And then you see the last half of his name is signed, but it's torn.
I'm just gonna slip that into my my pack.
All right. As you guys kind of peer down the veranda, you guys all notice that the light is starting to fade through the roof of the building, but you do all see the blade that is stuck in the stone without any handle.
I think I'll check that out, see if it's magical.
I also want to go and see if it's magical.
Okay, we can both do. Probably
All right. You guys get to the bottom level, and notice that it is fairly large blade. I mean, it's probably a good 4 or 5 feet long.
I dropped my d20 1 second.
What did you roll for detect magic, Ruth and Kemper?
23?
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
I rolled
right.
an 18 plus 5, so that's 23, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm doing math.
So, Kemper, you don't quite feel anything, but Ruth, you feel that there's a faint hint of magic. Perhaps this thing is magic or was magic, but it hasn't been used in a very long time.
Can I try and grab it?
How do you grab it? Like, use your hand as the blade and like demonstrate.
Like, I grab it from like where the hilt would be.
There is no hilt.
The
It is
tang?
all blade.
I said
the tang?
where the hilt would be.
Okay.
And I
You grab it, and when you try to yank and it fails, you cut yourself on the edge. And it deals 1 point of damage.
Oh, now I'm at 7.
Here,
And it is a very gnarly gnash.
Yeah, dude. 13%
Over
of your
10%.
HP
Yeah.
pool gone.
Do I have to roll to patch her up, or can I just like bandage her up real quick?
Sure, you can just patch her up
Okay.
without roll.
Nice.
Ruth, that is a very sharp cut. There's no jag. It is a clean line. You barely noticed you were cut, but it just started gushing.
I don't like that.
That's a
Is it in like
quality
a
blade.
It's like a big boulder, right?
It's embedded in a boulder, yeah.
I'm probably not strong enough to grab that anyways.
I don't think you should really try to.
Wait, so it's
I want
the
it.
blade part is sticking out, but that's it?
Correct.
Or
It doesn't have a handle at all.
or someone
It
like
doesn't
put
appear
it
to
in the
have a
bone
handle.
and then like
No,
broke
it
the
doesn't look
handle?
like it was ever made with a handle.
Oh.
Unless the handle is inside the rock, you don't think it has a handle.
Uh
Is there anything around the sword other than the boulder?
Strewn paper and leaves across the stone floor.
Can I read any of the paper?
What languages do you have?
Common and Shirkurin?
Skurin?
Yeah, that.
Unfortunately, you cannot read any of these. They're gibberish. They have very strange scribblings that you don't quite understand, but they're very elegant strokes on the paper, but you don't know what they mean.
I think the only way to get this sword out of there is with the use of magic. And the only thing I can think of is like wrapping vines around it.
That is exactly what I was gonna try. Okay.
I don't know, because that's it had a very sharp cut, so it could cut the vine. But you can try.
I don't see what I could do. Do you use a luck point like after you roll or before? After? Okay.
Or Providence comes before, luck is after.
Okay. I don't have any problems. I don't think. No. Alright, I'll roll.
Good, because this would have been a waste of a Providence point anyway.
Yeah.
Because Providence also has to be on the condition that Mr. Person that provides Providence points has to okay that it happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of hard to use someone else's Providence if they don't want it used.
Yeah. That's a 13 plus 4, 17.
For the vines?
Yeah.
All right. The vines immediately grab on, but as soon as they grab on, where the edge of the blade touches it, slices through like butter.
Another idea is there's another level to this, and so this is like that's where the handle would be. So if
Like,
Oh, like
if
below?
part of the sword is up here, the handle would be like down here.
I
But
guess, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
But
just
we're
want
not. That's not on the bottom floor, right? There's a floor below.
This is the bottom floor.
this is like the bottom floor.
There are 5 stories above you.
Try to break the rock.
You can try to break the rock.
I
Use
will
my nice
note
axe,
that,
though.
yeah, you shouldn't use that axe.
Yeah.
That will just chip the blade.
best thing to do that would be my chain.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
if
I
if
mean,
you
you
wanted
could
to.
wrap
It probably
the
wouldn't
chain.
break the rock unless you were obscenely strong, which, by the way, I need to give you some points in your strength there. And you would have to also be extremely proficient in it, because otherwise you won't know how to use it properly.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you
even
could
though you
wrap.
don't know if the rock was sealed by magic either, in which case
That's a
wouldn't
good
work.
point.
So Station walks in
He's finally here.
and he
Indeed.
looks down. He's like, oh. He looks around and he's like, this place is massive. And then
Yep.
he skips down where the group is and
Be careful,
asks,
Station.
what's going on here?
Place is crumbling.
I can tell.
This weird blade, and we've tried a lot of things to get it out. We've tried mind magic. Kevlyn cut herself trying to like pull it out. We don't really know what to do.
I mean, you could wrap the chain and we can like all pull on the chain and see if it comes out that way.
I hope it doesn't cut my chain. That would suck.
That would suck.
Or the sword did have like a faint magical presence, and it might be magically stuck in there or magically sharp. Because there's no way.
Or all of the above.
Or all of the above.
So there is something like, how high up does it go, and could we like throw something onto the boulder from way
Well, the
high up?
boulder's probably like 3 feet tall, but the blade is like. You don't think you've seen the half of this blade, and it's at least 2.5, 3 feet. So it's a big blade.
Nobody would be able to even wield it if.
His door might.
Could have a go at it, but I mean that wouldn't be very good.
Did you
look
say
cool,
the
though.
boulder's only 3 feet tall?
I mean,
Azor?
only 3 feet is still.
What do you mean?
You
Pick up
could,
the boulder?
Maybe we could lift it together, Azor?
Maybe. And then just throw it off one of the edges.
Yeah, maybe try to crumble the rock.
I mean, we could try.
We'd have to carry it up the stairs first, I guess. But
I got +4 strength.
so do I, buddy.
I'm game.
And I could just be a bear and help you
Oh
out. in
yeah, that would
bear
help a
form.
lot.
I don't know if that would help because you would have to carry it unless you put it in your back in bear form.
What if we slip it into the bag?
How?
That could work if you can get it in the bag.
Doesn't sound that
I
big.
suppose if you can lift it, then you can get it in the bag, I
If you
guess.
put me in the bag, you can put anything in the bag.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Carl's frantically brainstorming as to how to get us to not do this.
The blade's just gonna hit the inside of the bag and tear open the universe.
A black hole ruptures and our game ends.
I don't know, because that bag is magical and that sword is magical, so they would both have to roll a save or something.
Ooh, okay. Take the bag and just put it over the blade. See what happens. You know, just for starters.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a smart idea.
Station,
You
holds
put
the
it
bag
over
over.
and try to close it, but the edges of the bad start tearing, and then you kind of let go, and the
Wait.
edges of the bad reseal up.
Oh, thank goodness. My bear is.
But when you pull it out, there's berry juice all along the edge of the
Station's like.
blade.
No,
I
don't
wouldn't
do that.
On the blade?
Oh, the
Station,
blade.
you-
Oh, I thought you said the bag.
Station,
My bad.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no.
buddy.
Oh
That's
my
okay.
Take some damage.
Lose the ability to
Unreal.
speak.
Station, you cut your tongue pretty bad.
Okay.
A band-aid isn't gonna
You
fix
take
that.
a good 2 damage, and you're gonna bleed 2 damage around until you get fixed.
How do you patch up a
Shoot,
tongue?
Kyo's not a dentist.
On my tongue, you said?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh shoot.
Can
Just the berry
I
juice is too much to resist.
can I take Saul's tattered clothes and give them to someone to wrap around my tongue?
Wouldn't really do much for you, G. But
Your
sure.
tongue, it's like a slice down the
Like a snake
front of
now.
your tongue.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You're bleeding, bruh.
If you die because of this is horrible.
I would accept Sation's fate if he died because of this. Sation's gonna.
Probably.
What else does Sation have in his pocket?
Is there anything organic around?
indeed, there are a couple weeds growing in the ground.
Oh god. Am I gonna have to
Yes.
Rolling out 20.
Station.
Easy.
No, okay.
Sorry, let's follow that, please.
Yeah, I really don't want to. I just put my hand on his head. I was like, maybe that's good enough. And then I have my staff touching the beads. I'm not very
Station,
consistent.
you've lost an additional 2 hit points in the time y'all have been
All right, I
figuring
think
this
I am
out.
gonna die probably.
That's a 19.
All right, Station.
Plus,
All right, roll a
plus
d4.
whatever. Okay. 3.
All right, the bleeding stops and you heal 3 hit points, Station.
Cool.
All right.
Never
Christ
make me do
averted.
that again.
Thank you.
Station, what were you doing upstairs?
I was coming down from the town.
Yeah, what did you find anything?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I've never seen something as scary in my life.
Sounds like someone we should know.
Yeah.
Okay. Station sits. He has to sit in order to properly collect his thoughts about this. The town felt cold, and I put on the ring. And there is a looming darkness, a dark cloud on the hill. I don't think we should go up there.
I think we should go up there.
Station.
Kevlyn, you don't know what we've been
No.
through thus far.
No, but I do know what I've gone through, and I think we should go up there. Because if there's an evil, I think we should slay it. Because that's what good people do.
Kevlyn, I
Does
just
the
lost
woman with
4
no
HP by
combat
splitting-
proficiency?
I split my tongue open and I'm gonna die.
Says the 13-year-old who's never fought any enemies in this.
Listen, man, the bravest people are those of fools and those who don't know better.
Hey. I'm just saying, more XP.
We're metagaming now.
What's XP? Station asks.
All right, hold on. Station.
Saul?
It's what you do to level up, man.
For all that I can remember of my life, I have spent that time running away because I was afraid.
Saul.
This is the first time after waking up from being unconscious that I feel compelled that we shouldn't run away.
Saul, can I pray about something? Can you help me?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I would like to pray that the people of this town long gone, found peace eventually in their lives, and that whatever came to harm them got what it deserved.
Okay, I take Sation's hands, clasp them in mine, and I mutter something similar to that. Uh, not not along the lines of the thing that happened to it got what it deserved, but like I kind of omit that part because I'm not quite sure how it works just yet. But I am certain that these people should have peace. Um, but yeah, do you feel more comfortable now, Station?
Perhaps. I'm still worried.
That's all right.
All right. What are the rest of you doing while they're
Having a
comforting?
powwow.
I want to go look
Kumbayaing
at
over
the
there.
books.
Okay.
I want to
He
see
was
if I
re-
can read
yeah.
any of the books. 'Cause I'm a bookworm, so I'm gonna go check the books.
Okay. Who all here has Moorish as a language? Just
I
raise
think
your hand.
everyone does.
Except for Kevlyn
Oh, okay.
and Keo.
What's Moorish?
Moorish
Oh, I
is a
don't.
type of language aside from the common tongue.
Oh, it's
I can read,
another.
write, and speak it.
Me too.
Mhm. Okay. I just wanted to know. So, who all is looking through the?
Well, we're the only two actually not doing that. But I suppose if
Can
you
I go
felt
look around at some of like the artifacts and items that are around?
I see. Um. Hey, so you kind of peer through, and there's lots of very curious things like pins and strange blades and gems, gold bracelets, silver things. Nothing you would recognize as iron, though. Not a single bit.
Hmm.
And then you come to this box of strange marbles.
So I'll dig around in there, see if just marbles.
Oh,
All right.
wait a minute.
Okay, Ruth, you're sifting through the documents. All right. You kind of sift through, and after a little while, you find the map currently shared in the Westwood Arc folder. Hope you guys enjoy my little dabbling in artistry here. Ruth, you
So
can't read any of this. You can't even read the words on the map. It's written in a language you are not familiar with. However, you can kind of look at the map's features, and you do recognize this as a recognizable map of the current place you are in. Although it's a very large region map.
Oh wow.
where do you find this?
Thank you for the "you are here."
You're welcome.
This is in the Ruth, if you're still looking for it, it's in the session prep Westwood Arc folders.
Yeah,
It's in the Google Drive, right?
Yeah.
correct.
Mhm.
Everything's shared to the Google Drive. Oh, do you not have access?
I
One
don't
second.
think I have access. I don't see it.
That might be it. Yeah, that's all right. We could put
You
it.
have
in.
it?
1 second. What a nerd.
That's not my fault.
Ruth, what's
I
your
feel like.
Ruth? Send me your Gmail email in the Discord chat.
Can you say your social
Okay.
security number over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
mom's
yeah.
maiden
Also,
name?
your bank's routing number and the CVV on
course.
the
Your
back of your
account
credit card,
number.
Yes, of course. I
the
can
VIN
give
number of
all
your
of that.
family vehicle,
I
What was the
don't
name of
even
your
know what
first
that
pet?
is.
also your father's middle name and your mother's maiden name,
Oh no, thank you.
your childhood best friend's name, school
I
mascot, maybe the
honestly
town you were
forgot.
born in. You'd like.
It's honestly the same
Any of
town
those.
Carl was born in, so.
All right, that's the first hint. Write it down, guys.
Write that down. Write that down. Okay.
We get Carl to say it. It's the same as mine.
That's cool.
That's a 2-for-1 special.
Because that
right
means
there.
it's almost the same as mine. That's your
You-
second hint. Write
That
it
is
down. Write it
true.
down. Write it down.
Oh my goodness, you were born near us? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was.
He was. Ruth.
Wow.
He grew up in Riverside.
Carl.
Wow, docs,
It's over,
Carl.
docs.
Docs.
Wow.
Everyone knows our social security numbers now.
Oh no! Oh no!
While this is happening, Station's having a conversation with Saul while this is all happening.
All right, sweet.
Saul, I need to tell you something.
Yeah.
I haven't really told the party this, but I feel like now is probably the best time to bring this up.
Is it something that involves the party?
No.
Okay.
Saul, my family, my clan, we do a job to help the world. We hunt people down, we collect bounties. I'm not cut out for that type of work. I never have been.
I see.
In fact, my family doesn't think I'm cut out for that type of work. In fact, I think that's why they sent me on this journey. I don't think they expect me to return. I'm being completely honest, Saul. And it makes me question whether or not I want to return. Sation starts to clutch the bear hide in his hand, just looking at it. Starts gripping it really hard, seething.
I put my hand on Sation's shoulder and I say, Sation, you can't help who you are. I think you're a good person. And I would agree with your family. I don't think you're cut out for the bounty hunter business. But I think you're destined for better things. And if your family can't accept you for that, this group here, I know will.
Station looks down at the pelt. He looks down at the pelt. And he stands up because he was sitting for a second. And he walks toward the boulder. And Station's gonna try to cut the pelt in half on the sword sticking out of the boulder.
You. Yeah. It rips in half. You kind of hear.
He throws the tattered pieces on the ground and walks out of the octagonal building by himself.
Did I do that? I say we just let him be, guys. Just for a bit.
Well, to be fair, the only person standing next to you is Hazor. But
No, I'm still here.
oh, are you still here? I didn't know if you were staying next to them though.
Yeah, I've been here
But
the whole time.
okay, all right then.
So it's just
Well,
me. Not in there.
yeah, Kevlyn, you're just off reading books, or
Yeah,
well,
that I
attempting
can't
to read
read.
books that you can't actually read. I like the pictures.
Picture.
I feel like Kyo would try and connect with whatever was speaking to her in the forest, because like she can't read any of the books, and she knows that she can't. But like, I think she's just kind of thinking to herself, like, "Are you there? What am I supposed to do? And is there something you want me to see?"
You just hear the wind blowing. The sun is setting now. It's going to be dark soon.
Can I try and find some books that have been written in Moorish that I think might be useful to take with us?
You can.
Alright. Do I have to roll for that, or just like a perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
You don't notice very much of anything.
All right. I head back upstairs. I want to see what Station's up to.
All right. What are the rest of you gonna do?
Read books. Search.
Hazor?
We'll
Those
use the
marbles I
marbles.
ran into. What were those
Right.
about?
You're going through the marbles. And Kyo?
I have no idea, honestly. I guess just like maybe still try and figure out the blade.
Okay. The blade does have some really intricate, like, script on it in gold lettering.
Can I read it?
You cannot. You're not really sure what it says. Very flowy. And
Does
if
it
Ruth
look
ever
familiar?
walks over, no, it does not. But if Ruth
Okay.
walks over, you will note that it is the same kind of writing she found on the map and just about every book in this library, save for some of the inscriptions on the map, which are apparently not written in that language.
It's the same language, guys. Does any of us have this language?
Sadly, no.
Is this a forgotten language that we're never gonna figure out?
No, it's probably Elfish. Kyo just never learned Elfish. She was raised by humans. I don't know. I guess I just like put my hand on like the boulder and just kind of like think to it, like release it. Let it go.
I like that.
Nothing happens. But Kyo is a smart girl. Roll a d20.
14.
All right. You seem to remember that you already have a magic relic.
Well, I have several. I have 6.
Correct, but you have one that you have been very close to. You get the sneaking suspicion that maybe these aren't compatible with each other. Perhaps you're not the one to move this object.
Okay, I think she goes upstairs and joins Kevlyn with the books.
Oh, Kevlyn's on the same level. She's just looking through the books on that level.
Okay, well then I go over to like see what the books are.
All right. What language do you just have Celtic Common?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of look through and you're just as lost as Kevlyn, although you think the map's cool and you think some of the books have some cool illustrations. But not a ton. Although you seem to recognize some of the words that you think are in Moorish that are on the map, but they seem to have been written later than the Elvish script.
Kia would know from when we were in the library that I would know how to read Moorish, right?
Indeed, she would.
Okay.
Yeah. Kevlyn, I think we should give this to Saul and see if he can figure out what it says.
Can he read this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then we should get him down here. He seem important.
He went to talk to Seishin?
I just
What
went
did you-
upstairs. I was pretty much done in this area. I don't.
Okay, then I go up. I take the map and I go upstairs and
All right.
see him.
Okay, then I want to go to the big, you know, where there were like the tons and tons of books.
I mean, there's books everywhere.
No,
But
I
sure.
want a layer full of books. And I'm gonna go
Okay.
layer by layer and look at every single.
Okay,
book.
you're going level by level and you're trying to find stuff. All right. Well, you're going to be occupied for a really long time.
I read fast.
Not that fast.
Well, it's pretty
No,
simple. You just look at it, say, "Oh, I can't read this," then put it back, and then look at it, say, "Oh, I can't read this."
Oh, she's doing detect magic on each level too to see if there's anything magical.
Well, you know that the sword's magical, and you think that the marbles that Hazor has been touching for a little while now and sorting through probably magical, and you find a lot of these things are likely of some magic origin. There's little bits and pieces like wisps of magic that kind of float in the air.
Weird.
It is dark outside by now, by the way. Very dark.
Does that make it very hard to read the books?
It does, actually.
Now I have a lantern.
Good. Good.
Wait,
You're
what?
burning some of your oil?
That's
Yeah,
insane.
I'm
God.
staying up reading these books, man.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
weird.
she
It's a match, but yeah.
glowing lantern sits down, starts trying to peer through things.
Like a hooded lantern, it's directed towards me. It's great.
All right. The rest of you get up there. Station's just kind of sitting on a rock, I suppose, or standing looking somewhere off in the distance.
Outside.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah,
Um,
stations.
Hold on. This is probably the most appropriate time for you ever to use philosophy.
Station is sitting against a building, staring north at the tower that is dangerous that he thinks is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And Station is, in fact, going to roll philosophy. And Station rolls a 19. And he's thinking to himself. Station's thinking to himself that this is a new beginning for him. That's where his mind is at.
all right.
Oh wait, sorry.
Well-
19 plus 4, 23 on philosophy.
Station, you understand that tearing the pelt means there's no way back, unless the pelt chooses to bond with you again. Which you don't know. Not really sure. You kind of look out across the horizon and you kind of wonder What's your purpose in life? Are you supposed to fix these woods? Are you supposed to go up there and see what's wrong? Are you supposed to do it alone, or are you supposed to do it with everyone else? You're not entirely sure what, but it makes you really think. After a little while of thinking, you come to the conclusion that perhaps that pelt might be behind you, but you know your family's going to be looking out for where that pelt is. So you either leave it here for someone to find or something, or you have to bring it along with you somehow.
Very wise, Station. Very wise. He's gonna leave it here. He does not want to be attached to that right now.
All right. Kevlyn, after about a couple hours of peering through, you're getting quite tired. But then you stumble upon this scroll that you find really intriguing. It's a spell inscription. Describing a ritual of some kind. And you know this because it's, of all things, written in Skurin. And you're not entirely sure how it got here, but it seems to be an inscription of some sort of combustive spell. Damn it, Blaine. Why did you send that in the chat? Can someone quickly make that a slide to put at the end of this, please?
I don't think
watermark and everything.
I don't know if that's entirely feasible unless you email something to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even then, it'll be really scuffed.
Combustion spell.
It is a combustive spell. It has something to do with combustion. You're not entirely sure what the effect is.
I kind of wanna try and learn it, but I can't.
Sorry,
no.
Bold of you to assume you can learn off a spell. Ruth, you would know that this spell scroll.
It's a 1 use.
It's a 1-use thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You use it and it's done. Burns up.
There's no way I can use it though.
Well,
You never know.
I would still take it with you. It's
Well, I'm gonna take it with me.
This is worthless.
just throws it away.
I literally.
Turns out to be like a freaking nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pointless.
Whatever.
Throws out the winning lottery ticket.
Yeah, cuts it on the sword.
Well, I mean, it's like I've been trying my whole life and I haven't been able to do it, so why should I be able to do it now?
Lore?
Lore moment?
More?
You guys up top are realizing it is getting quite late, and there seems to be a storm coming in from the north.
Hey guys, why don't we go into this tower next to the octagonal building? Just make camp.
No, I'm saying
The tower doesn't have much of a base. It is somewhat slender, just for the record.
octagonal.
Why don't we just go back into the octagonal place? It seems cozy.
You guys can chill with me and my lantern.
Yeah. Can we make a fire?
Yeah.
That would be
I mean, you could, but your only material is the books here and maybe some leaves. Wouldn't last very
I
long.
mean,
Just
I
use
mean,
my
there's a lot of books
lantern.
here.
Oh, I'm going through them.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. That's my
I
character.
do want to note that I gave Saul the map.
okay. So, Kia hands you the map. Explains the information as previously described. So you can read everything that is written in English in the real file.
Okay. So from what I can make out, it looks like they translated.
All the Moorish language seems to have been written later by a different hand.
Yes, the only thing I can really make out is it says something crawled beneath the glory, a rot behind the silk curtain. Time rolls on.
Hmm.
Not sure what that means.
To be clear, Station's still sitting against a house outside. By
I
himself.
I say, Station, whenever you're ready, why don't you come back down?
Station does not even acknowledge the words that he hears.
Yeah, figured.
All right. You guys note that, judging from the geography, you appear to be in a city referenced as Stern. To the east of it, you see Sterling, surprisingly, written on here as if the town was still there, but it seems a lot smaller. It's missing a lot of its defining features. For instance, the castle has not been built yet. There is no marking of a castle. There's not even walls, just buildings. And to the north, there's the city of Harrow, which is still very large as usual, but doesn't have some of the defining features that someone might see. And then you see your little village of Vitterbrid, very much alive and well on the edge of the map.
Hey, look, Vitterbrid's all good. Oh, wait.
So much.
So this map was made at least about a few weeks ago.
We have new information that suggests this.
Well done.
Well,
Hazor.
you note that there's a note at the upper right-hand corner that says circa 70 years post-migration.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's like up in the corner.
Shoot. I'm okay with all of that. I'm just gonna wait till the morning, or like
All right.
go to sleep. If there is any light, I'd like to try and read my book, but if not, I'll just go to sleep. I'm fine.
There is. I have my lantern going.
So,
All right.
right. But like, what are you like on? You're like moving around though, right?
Well, I have it in a certain place. I'm grabbing books and then going back.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay.
Because I am a very weak child. I'm not carrying a lantern around
Okay.
while I'm carrying books.
That
just
doesn't seem
seems
very
dangerous.
efficient, but
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Especially
yeah,
since I can't read them anyways. I'm just adding books to my lantern.
yeah, I'll read my book. Some.
All right. So you kind of peer through your book, and there are entire sections now making sense to you.
Good stuff.
You read an entire page and a half about redemption and how redemption doesn't necessarily come from something that you've done. There's a parable that's said about a man that gets lost on his way and he falls into a hole. No matter what he does, he can't get out. But it's only until someone else who's able to come along and help him out of the hole is he able to get out. There's a little anecdote at the end that mentions the man that helps the person out of the hole is a divine presence that comes in your time of aid. That you ought to trust on the God that sustains you and that brings you from the place of no return.
Okay. I like that.
All right. Well, what were you about to say? I'm sorry.
Did I find anything else?
I was just gonna say, like, I probably just kept reading that and tried to understand it
Cool.
as best as I could. You know how
Understandable.
parables are.
Yeah. All right. Ruth,
Yes.
you did not find anything else that you could read.
That sucks, man. You put a lot of time into that.
Although
This is what I do, man. Read books.
you did find something else that was interesting, though.
Oh.
It was a picture of what appears to be the blade in the rock.
Oh.
And it's kind of written in silver lettering, so it's a little shiny in the light of your lantern. But there's a picture of a pointed-eared woman with an open mouth and lines coming from her mouth, and the blade seems to have lines indicating movement.
That's dope.
So kind of like she's speaking or talking to the blade and it's moving.
Something.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed then. After I find that, I go to bed.
All right. Seishin, how long do you stay out in the cold as the rain starts falling?
Seishin stands up after a while of contemplation, and he walks to the city square, like where all the bones and weapons and all that stuff was sitting, like where he was earlier.
Mhm.
And he looks at the carnage. And what weapons are on the ground?
Oh, swords, arrows. There's a few axes, but those are rarer, and a couple spears.
Axes, as in like hand axes or great axes?
Yeah, hand axes. Possibly even throwing axes.
Seishin picks up 2 hand axes. He rummages through and finds 2 hand axes to carry. Let me put that in my gear real quick. And then he... One second. I messed up the colors on this document. Okay, he picks up 2 hand axes. And he walks toward the door of the octagonal building, or the entrance, whatever entrance they use to get in. He takes a really deep breath, and he takes out the bag of holding with the berries in it. Takes out 1 berry, looks at it, kind of solemnly, pops it into his mouth, closes up the bag, and places it on the ground outside the door, and then begins to head north outside by himself.
Well, with that, I think that's a good place to end for tonight. Nice role playing, guys. That was sick.
So are we not out of character? Is nobody gonna go up to the top of the bell tower and get that nice chain armor?
I assumed
That
it was
sounds
just
like
like
a really
silver or something.
that sounds like a really bad thing
Hang
for
on, hang on.
I think
we'll
we
talk
can
about this later.
answer
We'll talk
those
about that later.
questions in the after show.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Dice Addicts Anonymous. We hope you enjoyed our episode today. We hope you stayed till the end. If you are still interested and would like to hear some of our thoughts about what just happened and what might happen in the future, stick around for the after show, where a couple of us are probably going to discuss maybe what might happen or what could happen in the future. What's going to happen with Sation? Why did he tear the pelt? What's going to happen to the pelt? Can he still become a bear? Who knows? But anyway, that's all stuff you will find out next on Dice Addicts Anonymous. Thank you and good night.
Also, stay tuned if you haven't ended it already. Stay tuned for some big announcements next episode.
Hey, bye everybody.